Why? I tell you why. The difference between a bacteria and the difference between a virus is one thing. And one has a cell. And I said that. Then you mentioned words and you confusing what I'm saying. But
I just asked a simple question.
We can play.
What is I'm not playing semantics with you. I'm asking you a simple question. How do you define a living thing?
Okay. Well, I define it by a cell.
But that's not enough.
I can give you an example.
That's not enough. There's 7 functionalities that you define a living thing by.
Okay.
7.
A dog is a living organism.
I like it too.
It breathes.
Okay.
It eats.
Okay.
It excrements. It
okay.
procreates, right?
Yeah.
All things that a virus does, or bacteria does.
Yeah.
All things. Bacteria, they breathe.
But I thought you were saying the bacteria wasn't a living thing.
I didn't say that. I said
bacteria does.
I said it was.
I said bacteria does.
No, shit. No, I'm asking the question. I asked the question. It took you 10 minutes to answer.
No, I said originally, and your Hennessy must be kicking in. Because I said.
No, you're not gonna discredit me on my platform, homie.
I'm not.
Nah, bro.
Alcohol has a tendency to have.
Nah, you're not gonna discredit me on my platform, homie.
I'm not disrespecting. I'm just saying, y'all drinking alcohol. It has a tendency.
I get sharper when I drink.
No, because I don't mince words, and I thought I clearly stated. I said bacteria is a living thing.
And then I asked you how you define a living thing.
Okay, so that's
semantic.
What's the difference between bacteria and virus right now? Go ahead, you got it.
That's not semantic. My thing is, hold on.
A dog breathes. You know it's alive.
Right. No, that doesn't mean it's a.
It does actually.
No.
A dead dog you can tell the difference between a dead dog and a live dog. Can you not?
How?
Yes. Well, one's not breathing.
Okay.
So oxygen breath is the main. So you're saying you have to.
No.
So anaerobic bacteria don't exist.
Right.
Anaerobic. You know what anaerobic means?
No, he doesn't.
Without air.
Have no oxygen.
Without air.
Without air. Anaerobic biology.
Give me one organism.
Anaerobic biology.
It's still an organism. You still have a
living
thing that doesn't need air.
Exactly.
Give me an example of one.
Well, I don't have I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't have a list of all the anaerobic bacteria.
Okay,
I will give you this.
That's a moot point then, because
I was in the mood because it exists. Anaerobic biology exists.
Okay,
it's a whole discipline.
You said it exists, but then I said name one. You can't. So from there, I'm gonna have to digress that you possibly don't know one. So that's actually a moot point that you can't use.
Okay, I got it. So anaerobic biology don't exist.
It probably does, but I want you to I want you to give me an example one. If you say that there's an organism out there, unbeknownst,
they're called anaerobic biology.
And give me that organism.
You want me to Google it right now?
I mean, shit, you said it.
All right. By the way, I'm on the viruses chapter in the biology book. Just going to the first thing about viruses, but
you haven't yet given me a sentence where it says a virus does not need a host to actually survive.
Nobody's arguing against that.
We ain't saying that.
Listen, we know that a virus is defined as genetic material.
Exactly. RNA.
Strictly genetic material, either RNA or DNA.
Do they have DNA?
Some of them do.
Okay, I'll go with you.
Yeah, but do you know what kind of genetic...
Contingent if it's prokaryotic or eukaryotic.
Do you know what kind of DNA it is?
You
said I'm saying, listen, when it comes to viruses, it's not a straight shot. Like, it's not... They're not all one and the same. Is all I'm saying. And I can tell you why they're not considered living things. I can tell you why.
Of all viruses, no virus is actually a living thing.
And I can tell you why.
It's not. So it doesn't matter.
I'm not arguing against that. I'm agreeing with you. I'm agreeing with you.
No, you actually argued against it.
No, I know. My point was, do you know what a living thing is?
Yes, and I gave you an example, a dog, and you said.
But you can't even give. Okay, I'm leaving.
I actually did. I said something that is living.
By the way, an anaerobic organism, Clostridium botulinum. Do you know that one?
I don't.
And me neither. I just looked it up. So that is one. I gave you one now. An anaerobic being that does not.
Does it procreate? I mean,
no.
Does it make?
We asked if a living being requires to breathe.
Well, I also gave other elements also that you.
Oh, did you? What?
Yes. Don't worry. No, we didn't. What?
I said breathe.
Something about the dog.
Okay. But you don't have to be. You can lack breath and still be a living thing.
Anaerobic biology.
But you need other elements. Or
there's 7 of them, and I can tell you.
Okay, and it probably has the elements of others. So where it lacks one, it still has an element of.
But that's my point.
As an audience member, I'm still trying to figure out because the opening statement came in, my G. You came in was like this corona shit. It exists and it don't exist. And your point of existence, you brought into the biological standpoints of it come from the bats, it's a China virus, all of that. Your point of saying it's fake is because you saying white folks coming along and making it about money. I'm still trying to be
convinced. I
convinced.
said white folks. I said white folks.
You said the government.
That's
the government is majority white.
Okay, but you gotta specify that.
You gotta specify that.
No,
I know the government exists.
No, if you say white folks.
Government.
Okay.
Senators. What else you want?
Okay. The reason I was specifying it, because if you say white folks, whoever watching this, I'm saying white people that work at.
Okay, cool. Right, dude. You going government. Let's last on government. Once again, you still haven't proven your underlying point of the corona is fake and true. It's true because the virus exists.
But he made a point.
Fake.
He made a point about it.
It's fake because they're exacerbating.
He said it's exaggerated
of it. I think I said that.
That they're meaning, which is interesting. You went into a conspiracy theory.
Yes, because
with this conspiracy,
because
they want to hold the Congress. They're making this money. The stocks is fucking up. Some people can buy diamonds.
I didn't say
some people can buy tissue.
I didn't say nothing about stocks. I said the Federal Reserve.
It's on it, like you said.
I know what I said because I've actually written this down.
Okay.
So I know what I said.
Okay.
I didn't say nothing about stocks. I mentioned the Federal Reserve.
All that
is an educated guess.
It's an uneducated guess.
I can be wrong.
No, stop. Let me finish.
But them actually grinding the economy through public policies like wearing face masks or locking things down would actually contribute to that.
Okay, that's
so
cool.
I can be wrong.
So I'm gonna say you're right. I don't believe it, but then I want to jump to number two. Number two, you said you got on this man. Y'all spent 6-7 minutes on how could you come from inside of Wuhan. You go to this area was still in the country that you haven't got to America. You like how can it happen within a week and it not be transferred? You yourself didn't break that down. You left that upon him, and that's proof.
Yeah,
what was that?
Proof logical reasoning and deduction. I gave you a scenario that by default.
Okay, but by your scenario, what you let me know is that it could never have been an outbreak in this country.
Okay, I didn't say it couldn't.
That's how you presented the information.
But it was presented.
That's how you presented the information.
Right, so
how the hell they didn't go to the door?
Hold on.
It was Chicago.
Let my man
I'm
speak.
like, niggas still trapped.
Bro, I feel you. Let the man speak. I feel you.
And I get another
I believe that a pandemic. I believe that a pandemic can spread because that's what a pandemic is.
Yeah, it's
right.
Okay.
I believe it could have got here. I just don't think that our contraction and or death rate should dwarf the origination point.
Why? I guess my thing.
Okay, you asked me a question, right? Okay, give you an example. HIV exploded. It was an epidemic. It wasn't a pandemic.
Right.
And it only exploded in 1980 that they know of. Or at least that they can confirm.
I got you.
Now it did spread to 1985, 86 to Africa, right?
Right.
Which made it a pandemic.
Well, no, it still was an epidemic.
No, pandemic means that it
transferred from continent to
continent. There was places that it wasn't even in, so it
pandemic. It needs to be just two.
Just one.
You just need 2 countries for it.
Two. Yeah.
Okay. So when it got to Africa, right? Africa to date, death rate is still not as large as America's. That's a fact. Just in America, we've had more deaths, HIV deaths, than Africa, where they now this is where it gets crazy because they said it originated from a green monkey. I've known people from West Africa that said, my nigga, we don't eat monkeys and we don't fuck monkeys. And the death rate in Africa still is dwarfed by America's, right?
But we ain't going to dance.
Now
we not dancing with AIDS, man. We dancing with COVID. We dancing with Corona.
This is where my conspiracies come into play. This is where my conspiracies come into play, right? Because there are reasons why things take precedence over here and they exacerbate, they blow shit.
Definitely.
So
I agree.
Now, HIV, I think they actually killed people. Right?
Definitely.
Because...
But you talked about that for 8 minutes.
And
I was fucking with you, but the thing that I got lost with you was when you was like, well, why is it that cops, and they can kill everybody, but they so concerned about public health? And in my mind, I'm so fucking confused.
Okay.
I'm like, they want to kill black people, but when it comes to Corona, then they can't really control which populations. You went to China. you went into everybody that makes money for the white man. They don't give a fuck about the nigga dollar. So they gonna give you this AIDS shit. You came with Corona, and now why would they give a solution for Corona?
Okay.
Because they don't want all the economics. Because that was your building point. No, actually, it was all about money.
No, hold on.
Actually,
you good, homie? Let him finish.
Hey,
Let
you want to
him
sit here
finish.
for a second?
Actually, it's not.
I gotta use
To left.
They actually do want your black dollars. That's first, right? Two, black people do not control. Black people do not have. Black people have 0.5% of Fortune 500 companies in corporate America.
If that.
So
if that.
Majority white people have majority. Everywhere you go, primarily is operated majority by white people. Now in between, you have the Arabs, you have Chinese, you have Africans.
They have the majority of the
You
wealth.
have some black people, but it's a minuscule number.
Because I gotta look at also in the black community. Because when I ain't gotta leave here, I go down the street. I know where I'm at. I'm in Atlanta, where I still got who owns the black gas station. No black gas station. Who on the wing spot? No black folks.
Okay.
I can go anywhere in my hood. You from Douglas? I mean, you went to Frederick Douglas. Ain't no black people on this shit.
Okay.
So that means that hey, we gotta stop the Corona from the niggas who is exploiting the real niggas.
No.
And then you come in here like, oh no, you mean they can give a law?
You want me to correlate?
I want you to. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm gonna correlate.
Correlate.
I'm gonna correlate the two.
Okay.
Right. Most of your public officials are putting down these mandates, right? These lockdowns, the social distancing, the face mask ordinances, like in Houston, like in Atlanta, like in New Jersey, New York.
Right.
Keep going, right?
Right.
That was the correlation that I was making from the government.
It was a failed correlation, my dude.
Look,
you went ahead and you presented.
I'm gonna give you a reason.
I got you. Go ahead.
Your governor. And
my governor, go ahead. Because I don't never vote, but I got you. My governor.
You know what I mean. People in any state, their governor can actually pass legislation that can curtail police violence on their population.
Exactly.
So my point.
But why would they do that?
I'm gonna tell you why.
Yo, real quick. Homie,
black on black.
we gotta fit. Yo,
exactly.
Kill niggas.
Okay. So let me explain it. If they want to.
In closing, this is about to shut off. In closing, who are you?
I'm G.
Okay, so what's your social media?
F_YA_mother.
Hey, I would say I appreciate
on Instagram.
This was very, very fun. You know, I wish we would have had a little bit more of a
direction with it.
Yeah,
organized
structure. Yeah, but it's cool. It's cool. I really enjoy. I appreciate you coming on. I appreciate the time you gave to me. I have an Instagram is _Tehudi. I don't care if you follow me or not. You know what I'm saying? But if you want to, you can.
For sure. Yeah. Like, share, comment, subscribe to the YouTube channel 82 King. Signing off from the Dogon. Peace and love.
Let me know. I would have brought my
Each one teach one. All right.